to Sturge Trobia. This is Sturge coming to you still in the Arkadia Underground, standing on some very strange plant. But that's alright. I love the view here in the Arkadia Underground because, well, it's really dynamic. Not many places like this in the Entropia universe. That's what you gotta love about Planet Arkadia. Super cool stuff going down here, and I'm enjoying every second of it and all the new content. But one of the things I would like to point out is this video is coming to you just right after the making of the video with the level 3 mining amps, where I lost 35 ped. I'm going to show you how we claw some of that back. Interesting thing happened when I was trying to do the recording of the mining finder and the number of probes being used. The video got corrupted and didn't take. So here we are after that. Shortly, this is clipped again after that particular point. That's okay. I mean, it happens from time to time when you're recording videos. But we're using the TerraMaster 4, 2 depth enhancers, 1 and 2, and 50 ped mining probes, trying to claw back some of that 35 ped that I lost. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Sturge, that's a dumb move, because that never happens. You never claw it back. You lose more. You go deeper into the hole. And yet, that isn't always the case. Sometimes you can tell, based on your hit rate, if things are going to turn around. And I don't know how to show you that. I can just say, from experience as a long-time miner and all kinds of different planets and spaces and so forth, I was quite clear that I was going to do okay. My loss truly was 35 ped. And yeah, I hate to just call it the algorithm knows. The money's in the pool. It's not the personal pool, mining pool, but the money is in the Arkadia Underground. That ped is just sitting there, 35 ped worth. And if I'm the only guy down here doing a bunch of mining, which probably am not, I have a pretty good chance of getting some of that, clawing some of that back. So let's see how far I can go. I'm going to balance it as soon as there's some Paplon. As soon as I cross the 35 ped threshold, and if I still have mining probes remaining, doesn't matter. I'm going to quit. One thing I do want to mention is that there have been some changes to mining in the Entropia universe since the last version update. And I don't mean the recent Planet Partner update. I mean 17.21.2, which was done in June. And one of those aspects of that was mining next to water, which obviously I can still do here in the underground, but you can't do it on the surface. They've nerfed that, or done something to change it. It must have had... Anytime Mindark eliminates something, it makes you wonder, well, there must have been some value in that. And I've said for a long time, border mining and mining next to the water, these are things you can count on for certain resources, specifically Listerium and crude oil, but also its resource size and hit rate. And when there's a major version update, 17.21.2, that's when it happened. But it did. I just did it. I just dropped probe right next to the water. You can't do that on the surface. So water in the Arkadia Underground, well, it must not be the same. And that's important. It's important to note because, well, I mean, if oh, look at that. There's an iron. All right, nice. It's important to note that because each and every server area is different, but the borders and... Oh, here we go. I have to do this. This is my Bunker 3 Strash drops. And since this is like, what, hit number 3... I mean, hit number 1 for this video, hit number 3 for being in the Arkadia Underground. Nothing happened. We'll just keep checking. We just got to keep checking. It's throwing a ped down the hole, but you gotta try. Yeah, the water, mining next to the water and mining next to server borders, that must have struck a chord with those Mindark folks. They probably said, hey, Sturge keeps winning. We gotta nerf that. Yeah, that may be the case. Or maybe there was some other reason. But I did it over and over and over, and I globaled consistently on border mining and water, next to the water. And I could get Listerium and oil. And I think that's probably the key. It's that once you switch to the major component, the default, I should call it, the default resource, that's when it changes, right? If you can hit Listerium, and you know that's all you can hit in an area where next door to it, there's a certain amount of each and every other resource. For example, ironstone here. Well, you change your ability to, specifically if you're amplified mining, you change your ability to get globals, to get HOFs, to get ATHs, that kind of thing. Your resource can be much larger because there doesn't appear to be a limit on Listerium, right? So the water mining thing, look, I'm right in, there's skill boost, right in the water, dropping a probe. So in the Arkadia Underground, it doesn't change anything. So, and there you go, Irianite in the water. And you think I'm kidding about this kind of thing, but well, prove it to yourself. Don't just follow my thing, but do follow the not in the Arkadia Underground, on the surface of planet Arkadia. Drop right next to the probe you drop that you got to claim on. Oh, again, NRF. That's the Strash Bunker 3 method. Here's the thing. I recorded another 23 minutes or so of video here at Cathedral Pass. And it was great. Hit rate was way better. Around like 25%, I would say. I didn't calculate it as exact. But you saw 2 hits there, and then I had quite a few more, Irianite and iron. Sorry not to include them, but it just makes for long-winded video. But here's the important part. This is no amplifier, 50 pedant probes, and here's what's left. Much iron, much Irianite, and neither of these have any kind of markup. Oh, hey, I'm not trying to spawn my quad there. Let's just put the beans in the kettle and see what we got. 14 ped remaining in probes. And then let's look at the resources and see what those come out to be. 85.54. That's, like I said, I was quitting when I was ahead. 35 ped. Clawed it back. I could have kept mining. I might have gotten one more hit. I probably wouldn't have, but I kept trying. So I got that 35 back. Everything that was lost really turned out to be, and I'm gonna check right here, just in the video, to see if Irianite actually has any value. It doesn't matter. The ingot doesn't have any value. It's just a standard thing I like to do. But what I'm trying to point out is I could see early from the past deal that there was the hit rate was already good. You're saying, wait, Sturge, you only got 2 hits in the last video. Like, yeah. Yeah. I usually get 1. When you get 2, you think, it's the old pig Bennis thing. If you're doing okay, you're getting skill gains, but you're not getting hits, move to a new area. If you're getting neither, just leave, stop playing. I got some paplin. And I still stick with the pig Bennis method. Just quit when you're ahead. Or if you're really far behind, just give it up. Call it good. There you go. Clawed it back. The only thing I have left was that level 1 finder amplifier decay, which was about 2 ped and about 2.5 ped. Just look at me clawing back. My clawing it back. And 2 ped of decay on my Terramaster 4. And I didn't even break a depth enhancer, so pretty solid. But I would have got the 18 pack back and Shrap for that. So I have to admit, that worked out pretty well. Now, mind you, my next 5 runs down here, well, they won't be very good. But that's okay. Again, still just trying to highlight Planet Arkadia, that I'm back here playing, and I think you should come here too. It's been a lot of fun. Managed to claw back 35 ped in the Arkadia Underground, which is absolutely staggering, because normally that just doesn't happen. Good time, really good hit rate, about 25% in this run, and feel good. And got a little bit back from those level 3 finder amplifiers that I had going. So next up, some of the daily stuff from Planet Arkadia and one of the new missions that has been introduced for passport holders. But I got to sign off now. the Sturge. Ciao.